Have you ever stopped to think if there's some kind of hidden logic to your feelings? You know? Today, we're diving into this secret connection between our most complex emotions and, believe it or not, a really strange and beautiful kind of math. I mean, it's a real paradox, right? Our brains are these amazing, pattern-seeking machines. They're constantly trying to make logical sense of everything. But then you've got feelings, these messy, sprawling, deeply illogical things like love. So how in the world does our logical brain even begin to process something like that? Well, here's the thing. It turns out our brain doesn't use the simple 1 plus 1 math we learned in school. When it's faced with abstract stuff it can't just count, it uses a kind of stand-in math. It has this secret geometric language that's perfectly designed to map the unmappable. So what is this secret geometric language? Okay, let's take a closer look. It's called hyperbolic geometry. And I need you to forget everything you learned in high school math class about flat planes and straight lines. This is a totally different beast. It's a geometry of curved, constantly expanding spaces. Just try to picture a shape that grows and branches out infinitely, which, as you can probably guess, is absolutely perfect for mapping our complicated, interconnected relationships. So here's an easy way to think about it. The math we all know, that's Euclidean geometry. It's like a neat city grid. It's flat, it's predictable, all straight lines. But the brain's math, this hyperbolic geometry, it's so much more like a sprawling family tree. It branches out, it grows exponentially, and the space between all the connections just gets wider and wider the further out you go. Okay, so how does this really abstract math actually model something as real and, well, as profound as love? Let's connect the dots here. You see, this geometry is just the perfect fit, and for a few key reasons. Emotions like love, they aren't static, right? They grow exponentially, and they have layers. Your feelings for a partner are different from your feelings for a parent, but they're all still connected. This geometry just perfectly captures those nested relationships and the deep, expansive bonds that tie our whole social world together. Now, here is a powerful analogy to make this all really concrete. Think of love as a tree. It starts with one core feeling, but it immediately branches out, connecting to family, friends, all those shared memories, the inside jokes. It's not a simple straight line. It's this vast interconnected canopy. Let's just break that tree of love idea down. So the trunk, that's the central feeling. Then the first big branches, those are your closest connections. But each of those branches sprouts countless smaller ones. Every shared experience, every story you have. And in this hyperbolic space, the room for more connections, more memories, it's basically infinite. The emotional map just keeps on expanding. Okay. But is this just a beautiful metaphor, or is there something actually real happening inside our heads? Let's get into the science. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Because this isn't just some convenient way to think about our feelings. Nope. Researchers have found actual biological evidence that our brains are literally wired to use this exact type of geometry. And the evidence is really compelling. Studies are showing that the hippocampus, which is basically our brain's hub for memory and navigation, it encodes information using a hyperbolic structure. And it's not just for navigating physical space, but our mental maps too. The same structure applies to how we organize memories of objects, and this is the key part, how we process nuanced emotional concepts. Our brains are literally mapping our feelings in curved space, not flat space. So to sum it all up, this isn't some obscure little function. This geometry is fundamental to at least 3 things we do every single day: making emotional memories, navigating our world, and understanding really complex, layered ideas. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? What does it really mean for how we understand ourselves? It really means our brains have evolved this incredibly elegant solution to a very, very difficult problem: to map the vast, interconnected, and abstract parts of our lives, our relationships, our memories, our feelings. Our minds use the language of curved, expanding geometry. It's like the hidden blueprint of our inner world. And once you see this blueprint, it explains so much. It's why we can just effortlessly navigate our complicated social circles. It's why one single memory can trigger this whole cascade of related feelings. And it's how we store a lifetime of layered information and grasp those big abstract ideas that branch out in a million directions. And all of that leaves us with this final, fascinating question. If this geometric blueprint is the foundation for our emotions, our memories, and our social lives, what else in our inner world does it shape?
What other profound, messy, and beautiful parts of being human are secretly following the elegant curves of hyperbolic math?